Hello and welcome to the Chef Salim Recipes channel. Today we're preparing a delicious recipe from Ottoman Cuisine, eggplant-wrapped meatballs. Don't miss out on this tasty and easy dish. Let's get started. To make eggplant-wrapped meatballs, start by placing 5 kilograms of ground meat into a large bowl. Crack 15 eggs over the meat, then add plenty of stale breadcrumbs to the mixture. The bread helps balance the texture and flavor of the meatballs. Next, add the onions that have been ground in a mixer and the finely chopped parsley. For seasoning, add 1 packet of meatball spice mix. If you don't have meatball spice, you can flavor it with garlic, black pepper, and cumin. Finally, adjust the salt and soy sauce to your taste and add them to the mixture. Knead all the ingredients thoroughly so the meat absorbs all the flavors and the mixture reaches the right consistency. Now the meatballs are ready to be wrapped. Wrap the meatballs with slices of eggplant and enjoy a dish enriched with the rich aromas of Ottoman cuisine. Bon appetit! We pass the meatball mixture through the meat grinder once more to achieve a smoother texture. This process helps the ingredients blend thoroughly and contributes to softer meatballs. Then we knead the mixture well. Kneading ensures that the spices and other ingredients are evenly distributed while forming a protein network that prevents the meatballs from falling apart during cooking. After kneading, we slightly moisten the mixture, cover it, and let it rest for a while. This resting period allows the flavors to meld together, giving the meatballs a richer taste. Additionally, resting makes the mixture easier to shape and helps the meatballs retain their juiciness while cooking. With these steps, our mixture is ready for the next stage in creating one of the Ottoman cuisine's exquisite dishes, eggplant-wrapped meatballs. Now it's time for them to meet the eggplants. During the shaping stage, I divide the meatball mixture into portions of about 30 to 40 grams. This measurement ensures that the meatballs cook evenly while offering a balanced flavor in every bite. I lightly wet my hands to shape the meatballs. Wetting your hands prevents the mixture from sticking and helps create a smoother surface. I make sure not to shape them too thin or too long. Finger-length, slightly plump meatballs with rounded edges are just right. This shape makes wrapping with the eggplant slices easier and helps the inside stay juicy. I carefully arrange the prepared meatballs on a baking tray, leaving a bit of space between each one. These gaps allow the heat to circulate evenly, ensuring the meatballs brown nicely in the oven. I portioned 4 meatballs per person, making the presentation more practical while ensuring everyone enjoys an equal serving. Now, our meatballs are ready to meet the eggplants. I'm putting the meatballs in the oven to bake for 15 minutes. Now I'm moving on to preparing the eggplants. Since I'll be wrapping the meatballs, I choose long eggplants. They're easier to wrap around the meat. First, I peel the eggplants in a spiral motion, turning them as I go to create alternating stripes of skin and flesh. This not only gives a nice appearance, but also helps the eggplant hold its shape while cooking. After peeling, I'll slice them into even strips, making sure they're not too thin or too thick so they wrap around the meatballs perfectly. Let's get slicing. When slicing the eggplants, you can either hold them in your hand and slice them as if peeling, rotating the eggplant while cutting. This method will give you slightly thicker slices, but they won't be too thin like skin, making them ideal for wrapping. If you want a more controlled and even cut, place the eggplant on a cutting board. Position the handle of your knife to touch the board, then slice the eggplant from end to end. This way, each slice will be more consistent. The angle, tilt, and pressure applied while cutting will directly affect the thickness of the slices. Even a slight difference can change the thickness of the eggplant slices, so it's important to be precise. The thickness of the slices makes wrapping easier and ensures the eggplant softens evenly while cooking. If you cut too thin, the slices might break when wrapping. If too thick, it'll be harder to wrap the filling. Therefore, slicing each piece carefully and evenly will provide the best result in both appearance and taste. Now the eggplants are one step closer to meeting the meatballs. Don't forget to support our channel, friends. Watch the videos from start to finish, give them a like, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Also, share the videos with your friends who comment. Later, you can play these videos on your computer while sleeping, letting them run from start to finish. Thank you in advance for your support. When frying the eggplants in deep oil, there's an important point to keep in mind. Don't over-fry them to the point of drying out. If they get too crispy, they might break or stick when wrapping. Fry the eggplants until they turn a light golden color. Then remove them from the oil. This way, they'll soften without soaking up too much oil, making them perfect for wrapping. The fried eggplants will naturally be a bit oily, but don't worry. I'll show you a very simple method to remove the excess oil in the later part of the video. By using this method, you can easily get rid of the extra oil, making the eggplants lighter and more flavorful. Now the eggplants are ready, and we're just one step away from the perfect result. We wrap the meatballs with the eggplants and carefully place them on the baking tray. Once the tray is full, it goes into the hot oven. For 15 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius, the eggplants will become partially browned and fully crisp up, shedding any excess oil. I will also show you an easy way to remove that extra oil. While the eggplants are roasting in the oven, let's prepare the sauce. For the sauce, I start by adding a pinch of sugar to a pan and caramelizing it slightly. Then I add the tomatoes I blended in a mixer and bring them to a boil. I add a little water, soy sauce, and salt, and then a bit of demi-glace sauce to enhance the flavor. Finally, I mix in some cornstarch with water to thicken it. After it simmers for a bit, the sauce will reach the perfect consistency. When poured over the eggplant-wrapped meatballs, this sauce will create an explosion of flavor. Once the eggplants are brown, take them out of the oven, and without wasting any time, let's drain the excess oil. To do this, I place another baking tray on top of the one with the eggplants and lift it up. This way, about half a liter of extra oil will drain away. After that, once I've added the tomato sauce, the dish is ready to serve. It's now perfectly balanced with the rich flavor of the meatballs and eggplants, and the sauce ties everything together beautifully. Enjoy. Thank you, friends. See you in the next recipe. Enjoy.